Can we just acknowledge this comment for a second? I'm confused because I don't hear anyone using an electric drill into a wall in this song. Where's the drill beat? I thought it would be a cover of someone drilling into the wall at different rates to produce notes in the form of Adele's Hello. Instead, it's just some hip hop beats.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Yes guys, what's going on? So, I've never actually done a tutorial on how I would make like an instrumental over like an acapella from a song. I've done a tutorial before on how I make like my instrumentals, but I've never actually made one in the context of like a remix. So today we're going to do a tutorial on me doing a remix of 0 to 100 by Drake. What you're going to see in the background is me starting off the remix, and then we'll run through it when it's done. Whoa, what was that sick new plugin that you just opened? Well, let me tell you, Loopcloud 6 by Loopmasters is like amazing. I've been using it for ages now. I've got most of the samples that I use inside of my remixes from it now. It is amazing. So now Loopcloud is just a normal VST, like massive, like Serum, Omnisphere. It's just a normal VST. All you need to do is download it, make an account, and that's you. All you need to do is sync up Loopcloud to your DAW, and all you need to do is click the little yellow button on the bottom right, and that will sync to whatever DAW you're using, whether that's FL-Studio like I'm using, Ableton, Pro Tools, whatever, and that's you, you're synced. And then the first page you come up to is your home page. You've got tons and tons of packs that you can look through. It's not even just hip hop or like rap kind of samples. You've got drum and bass, you've got techno, future pop, future house, every kind of genre you could think. You've got all different types of instruments, whether that's acapellas as well, choirs. I've used choirs quite a bit. You've got orchestral, violins, violas, all of that. If you'd rather just search for sound, all you need to do is go into the search bar, search for whatever. I would normally search for drill, so you search for that or whatever. It's entirely up to you. There's hundreds of thousands of samples in there, so all you need to do is find the right one for you. Also, if you want to filter your searches, you've got a key. So obviously this is in G sharp minor, so I would obviously go for G sharp minor, and that would filter all the loops that I'm coming up with in the search to ones that are specifically in G sharp minor. Also got tone, length and stereo width. So easy enough for tone. You got loops, you got BPM, depending on how fast or slow the project you're working on is. You got swing, and you got rhythmic density. So you got all different types of filters if you want to find a specific sound. Even if you want to find a one shot there as well, you got further options there to filter your results down there. Then once you've found the sample that you really want, all you need to do is buy it. Credits are extremely cheap for what you're getting, and then all you need to do is drag and drop that sample into your DAW, into your session, and that's you, good to go. Now we've got that out of the way, what you can see in the background is me continuing making the instrumental. If you can hear in the background, it is quite quiet. You can hear the finished product. I will go over and you'll hear the finished product at the end, but what you can hear in the background right now is the finished product. But the whole my whole kind of motive with this instrumental is kind of to just find something that fits, but also something that's my kind of style as well. I use a lot of strings, and like I use that respace a lot in Serum, so yeah. If you can see, I have 3 layers of strings, which is again original strings by Spitfire Audio. I went over them before. If you check the last tutorial that I've done, you can see what ones I actually used. The presets are long, CS, and all the live strings as well. There's also 2 samples that I used from Loopcloud. I'll show them as well, and the drums are basically just all Ghosty stuff. You want to check out Ghosty, his drum kit volume 1 and volume 2. That's the sounds I used in there. Apart from that, I'll let the video run through and then we'll go over the individual layers. Right, now the remix is done. This is a full session right here. We've got the acapella at the top, we've got 3 layers of strings, we've got the respace at the start for Serum, we've got 2 samples from Loopcloud, and we've got all the drum layers with a bit of effects at the bottom. So with the acapella, I've got it started off filtered with Fruity Love Filter, which is using the bandpass preset. I've got a Fruity Convolver and I've got a compressor, so it sounds like this at the start.
Fuck being on some chill shit. We go 0 to 100, nigga, real quick.
So that's what it sounds like at the start. But once you get into the actual instrumental itself, it sounds like this.
Not even a little bit, oh lord.
So you can kind of hear the instrumental behind it. So I've got a Fruity Limiter, which is, I'm using the noise gate in it. A noise gate, if you don't know what it is already, is basically if you set it to a certain threshold on like I would say an acapella like I'm using, it will cut the signal past that threshold. So I've got it quite high to the point where I'm using it just to cut the signal, so it will just be silent once it hits that threshold. So if you hear it without,
not even a little bit, oh lord, know yourself, know your work, nigga.
So because it is filtered, you can hear the instrumental in between where he stops saying words. So when I've got it on,
not even a little bit, oh lord, know yourself, know your work, nigga. My action.
So it cuts it out a little bit. You can still hear it a little bit, but I'm using this EQ just to take away some of that. But also when you're doing a DIY acapella, all you need to do is take away frequencies and stuff like that. So kind of making up for the lost frequencies there. We've got a Fruity Convolver, which I'm using for reverb. We've got a Fruity Delay Bank, which I'm using with a ping pong preset, which is pushed quite high as well. And I've got a Fruity Compressor there as well. Apart from that, we've got the Serum respace that I use all the time. This is what it sounds like. Yeah, so this is the pattern that it is playing. I got a lot of comments about this bass, so that's it there. It's basically just following the root notes of these chords that I'm using inside of Epic Strings Originals by Spitfire Audio. I talked about it in the last tutorial. We all know what it is. So effects wise on this, we've got a parametric EQ taking out the lows. We've got a Fruity Convolver again, which is pushed quite high. Fruity Delay Bank, which again is using the ping pong. A stereo shaper, making it really wide. We've got a Fruity Compressor. We've got another EQ to give it that kind of radio effect. I'm pretty sure it's using the radio effect inside of the radio preset. And we're using Kickstart, which is the kind of side tuning effect that you get with it. Apart from that, we've got these 2 samples that we got from inside of Loopcloud. First one sounds like this. Second one sounds like this. So in terms of mixing on that, I've got a Devastator 2, which is the first aid compress preset. This is a multi-band distortion. This is insane, by the way. If you want a good distortion plugin, then that's the one for you. We've got a parametric EQ, taking out the lows, pushing some of the highs after the distortion. We've got delay, we've got a free convolver, you know what we're using. We've got a compressor, and we've got a stereo shaper here as well. So in terms of the first few sounds, this is what it sounds like. So that's pretty much all of it for the instrumentation. We'll move on to the drums. So this is the 808 pattern we've got. I'm using the NYC 808 from Ghosty, I think it's volume 2. Volume 2? Yeah, I think it's volume 2. So this is the pattern here. So yeah, it's following the kind of root notes again of the strings, but obviously you've got that generic, the generic UK like drill slides. So just go ham with them. We've got this hi-hat pattern. In terms of mixing on the 808, we've got a parametric EQ. Some people might hate me for that, but it just makes it sound alright. We've got an overdrive, and we've got a compressor on it as well. So in terms of mixing on that, for the hi-hat pattern, we've got a fruity compressor as well, and we've got a pancake, which is like a panning plugin. As you can see, this is the signal of the panning, and this is the hi-hats going through it. So you can see it. You see it working, and it's going from left and right, so it's just a bit better than using the panning inside of the. I'll show you what I mean. Inside of here, inside of the control, using the panning there, it's kind of, it just makes it a bit easier. Next, we've got 2 kicks. I'm learning 2 kicks. Got a drill kick, and we've got the pair with Aggie 909. So this is the pattern we've got. Next we've got the snares. I'm learning 2 snares, the 1 up 3 and the 1 up 2. Next we've got an open hi-hat which plays on the 1 as well. Just a rim to fill in the space, and then we've got this bell perk as well.
Fuck being on some chill shit. We go 0 to 100, nigga, real quick. They be on that rap to pay the bill shit, and I don't finish shit.
Not even a little bit, oh lord.
Know yourself, know your worth, nigga. My actions being louder than my words, nigga. How you sold, I been still sold down to earth, nigga. Niggas wanna do it, we can do it on their turf, nigga. Oh Lord, I'm the rookie and the vet. Shout out to the bitches out here holding down the set. All up in my phone looking at pictures from the other night. She gon' be upset if she keep scrolling to the left, dog. She gon' see some shit that she don't wanna see. She ain't ready for it. If I ain't the greatest, then I'm headed for it. Yeah, that mean I'm way up. Yeah. The 6 ain't friendly, but that's where I lay up. This shit a motherfucking layup. I been Steph Curry with the shot, been cooking with the sauce, Chef Curry with the pot, boy. 360 with the wrist, boy. Hey, who the fuck them niggas is, boy? OVO, man, we really with the shits, boy. Yeah, really with the shits. I should probably start a hit, boy, cause I got all the hits, boy. Yeah. Fuck all that Drake, you gotta chill shit. I be on my little mouse drill shit. Fuck all that rapper pay your bill shit. Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay my bill shit.